In today's episode of Value in My Toy Collection, we're going to value our huge collection of Ghostbusters items. Some of these are vintage from the 80s and some of them are from the new Ghostbusters movies. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection, and then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of Value in My Toy Collection and value some toys. Well, let's start valuing all of these Ghostbusters toys because we have so many. So let's just jump right in and get started. Let's start with this 12-inch Peter Venkman figure. He's worth about $22. And then we have one more from that set. We have the Winston figure, and he's worth about $15 because he has a little scratch on his box, and that can lower the value of your toys, but even without the box, he's still worth a decent amount. Then we have this little Stay Puft Marshmallow Man pencil sharpener from the 80s. He's worth about $10. And then from our newer Ghostbuster sets, we have the podcast figure. He's worth about $22. And then we have Lucky. She's worth about $22. And then we have Trevor. He's worth $22. And then we have Phoebe, and she's also worth about $22. They might become more valuable as the years go on, but that's what they're worth about right now. All right, and then we have this older one. His name's Rowan. It's from 2016. He's worth about $35. And then we have these little Ecto minifigures. This one set's worth about $18. And then we have these little Ghostbuster sanitizers. We actually got these when we went out in Las Vegas. They were giving them away, and they're worth about $2 a bottle. Then we have this vintage Ghostbusters case from the 80s. And it's worth about $30 in this condition. And then when I opened it, I was surprised it had a bunch of figures in it. These are vintage. These are from 1987. This is Egon Spengler, worth about $10. Then we have Ray Stantz. He's worth about $10. When you press their arms, their eyes and ears kind of stretch like they're shocked and surprised. We have this orange little monster. It's called a mini trap. It's worth about $10. And then I think this is Peter Venkman. He's worth about $10. And then we have another Ray Stantz figure in a different outfit worth about $10. Then from 1989, we have Winston in this green suit, and he's worth about $15. And then we have the world's cutest helper, Miss Daisy. She helps me when I go down there to pack up toys, and she's usually a lot of fun and likes to play. This toasted Funko marshmallow is worth about $35 still in the box. And then we have these little traps, and they are worth about $38. They're from the subway scene. And then we have these Terror Dogs Playmobil set worth $85. That one's pretty valuable. We have these retro reproduction figures. They're not that old, but this Janine Melnitz, she's worth $70 already. And then we have Ray Stantz, and he's worth about $30. There's all of them on the back. I don't know if they made Slimer or not. I have the rest of them. And then we have Egon Spengler. He's worth about $60. These are kind of like the old Mego figures. And then we have Peter Venkman. He's worth about $35. And then we have Winston on the card, and he's worth about $70. And those are from 2010. And then we have one of those sucker spinners with the car on the top that still blinks and makes noise. It's worth about $15. And then we have this new Stay Puft figure. He's worth about $26 still in the box. And his face changes. It shows different expressions. And then we have this little Slimer figure. He's very heavy. He's worth about $15. And then we have this little ectoplasm container full of slime. And it's worth about $15, but eBay said $60. Then we have a Stay Puft 1984 figure worth about $25. And then we have this Granny Grows action figure, and she's worth about $18. Kind of hard to do it all one-handed. But anyway, this is what she does. She just pops her top and shows a third eyeball, I believe. All right, then we have this Slimer bath bubble container. That was my brother's when he was little. It's worth about $15 now. Have a Hot Wheel car worth about $16. And then we have a set of Uno cards with the new Ghostbusters, and it's worth about $10. And then we have a Ghostbusters VHS tape from 1999 worth about $10. We have this Mayhem figure. He's worth about $13. And then we have this really cool Ghostbusters plush that's worth about $22. Then we have this giant door greeter Slimer coming out of a pumpkin, and he's worth about $60. And then we have the Ghostbusters Lego box set. Now mine is creased, so I took the very, very lowest value, which is $300. It goes all the way up to $600 on eBay. And then from 2021, we have the Ecto new car. It's worth about $35 in the box. And then we have the Back to the Future Playmobil set worth $80. Then we have some Back to the Future figures. We have Biff Tannen. He's worth $18. And then we have the Marty figure. He's worth about $18. And then we have the Doc figure, and he's worth about $22. And then we have this Funko with a t-shirt that's worth $40. And the little Doc plush worth $15. And then from 1984, we have the Ecto 1 car loose in decent shape, worth about $35. Just needs a little bath. And then we have a Ghostbusters trap toy. That's pretty cool. And it's worth a big old $85. It's pretty valuable. And then we have a Monopoly set. That's worth about $26. And then we have some of the loose dolls. Now, these dolls are pretty valuable when they're on their card. But, well, hold on. My little helper needs to help me real quick. Yeah, I'm going to see if I could do this with her there. All right, this one is of Janine. When I valued all of them, they're worth about $20 to $30 each like this. So when I valued all 5 of these, I came up with about $120 for the set of 5 because they do still have all their accessories in their bag. I think I bought these as a whole set. I'm pretty sure I did, but I can't remember what I paid for them. But they're worth about $120. And then we have another set of those Ecto minifigures. This set's worth about $24. And then from the 80s, we have this vintage thermos with a purple top. It's worth about $35. And then we have a Playmobil Peter Venkman set worth about $10. And then we have this little Winston figure from Funko from 2019. He's worth about $14. And then we have a little Janine doll play set with all these different accessories. And it's worth about $65 still in the box. And then we have a Peter Venkman doll. Here it is out of the box. And this was some special you could send in for. And it's worth about $40. But it looks just like the other one I had. And then we have a whole different set of figures. These are pretty new. This one's Peter Venkman, worth about $20. And then we have Ray Stantz. He's worth about $20. And then we have the Winston Zeddemore figure. He's worth about $20. And we have one more Ghostbuster in that set. That's Egon Spengler. He's worth about $26. And then we have the Stay Puft on the card. He's worth about $35. And then we have Slimer with a pizza, and he's worth about $25. And then we have the haunted ghost toilet. It's worth about $20. And then we have this bug-eyed ghost figure. He's worth about $22. And then we have this DVD set of the 1 and 2 movie, worth about $10. Then from KFC, we have this Scrambler toy from 1997 from their kids' meal, worth about $10. Have this little Funko mini marshmallow with an umbrella, worth about $20. And then another one that seems to be on fire, and he's worth about $20. And then we have the big Stay Puft Funko that's worth about $40. Then we have some loose Playmobil figures, and these are worth about $10. A gift card from Cinemark that had the Ghostbuster movie picture on it, worth about $3. And then we have a Hallmark Christmas ornament, and it's worth about $20. And then we have some more Ghostbuster figures. These look like the earlier ones we did, but that's Ray Stantz. He's worth $20. These are from 2020, 2021. And then we have Peter Venkman. He's worth about $20. Egon Spengler is worth $20. And then Winston's also worth about $20. And then we have this giant Stay Puft door greeter, and it's worth about $50. And then we have this 2015 Hot Wheels set. It's worth about $45. And then we have this big Trevor figure from one of the newer movies, worth about $30. And then from the Ghostbuster movies, where all the Ghostbusters were women, we have the Abby Yates figure. She's worth about $20. And they each have a piece to make a different character inside them. So you collect all 4, you make a whole another character. And we have Patty Tolan, my favorite character. She's worth about $40. And then Jillian Holtzman, she's worth about $30. And then Erin Gilbert, she's worth about $16. Here's a whole nother set of these figures. Peter Venkman, he's worth about $20, and each of these have another piece of a different character that if you get all 4, you could build. I think that's the ghost you could build. Winston's worth $25, and then Egon's worth about $20, and then Ray Stantz is worth about $20. So about $85 for all 4 of those. And then we have the Ecto-1 car with Slimer driving. This is worth about $45. And then we have the Playmobil hot dog stand set, and it's worth about $60 still in the box. And then we have some Funkos. We have the 104 Peter Venkman, worth about $20. And then the 746 Winston, worth about $30. And then we have Dr. Egon Spengler, worth $30. And then we have Dr. Raymond Stantz, and he is worth about $35. Slimer is worth $25, and then Slimer with the hot dogs in his mouth, that's worth about $16. And then we have the ghost from the library, worth about $23. And then we have the Playmobil Ghostbusters car, the Ecto-1, worth $150. I have 2 more packages of those Ecto Minis, and they're worth $20 each. So that's another $40 we can add to our grand total. And then we have a Winston plush doll worth about $16. And then we have the 30th anniversary Funko 4-pack where they have marshmallow goo all over them. And it's worth about $140. It's pretty collectible. I have a Slimer plush worth about $20. And then we have the Ecto-1 Funko car worth about $60. And then we have this popcorn bucket that is mega cool, shaped like the car, worth $70. And then we have this little toasted plush I got on clearance for $7. He's worth $65 now. He really increased in value. And then we have a 2020 Ecto-1 car worth about $32. And then we have the little 3-pack from Funko, and it's worth about $50. Right, a couple more things here. We have the Winston and Peter doll set. Some people call them figures. I call them dolls. Lowest price is $150 all the way up to $250. And then we have the Race Stance and the Egon Spengler, and they are worth $200 all the way up to $250. So I said $200. They became valuable, and I only paid $30 a set at Big Lots. Then we have the big Playmobil Firehouse. It's worth $175 still in the box. And then we have the vintage Ghostbusters Firehouse from the 80s. And in this condition, mine's worth about $200. And this goes all the way up to crazy money, like $500 and $600. So toys, I love how they increase in value. I say that a million times. And then we have the Rice Krispie Treats Ghostbuster box. It's worth about $10 at least. And then we have the little gun. And the gun is worth about $22. It's a proton blaster. And then it's not Ghostbusters, but I did have this Mars Attack doll, and it's worth $100. So that's all of this video. So let's see what the totals are. Well, in our previous 360 videos of value in my toy collection, our total was $893, $426. Now, when we add this video of all of our Ghostbusters items, we can add another $4,515 to our overall grand total. So what that means is our grand total for episode 361 of value in my toy collection is a big old whopping $897,941. Now, I've got a ton of videos left to make, so I'm trying to see if my toy collection is going to be worth $1 million or not, because I would love to say I have $1 million toy collection. But remember, I'm not a millionaire. I've just been saving toys all my life, going to thrift stores, flea markets, garage sales, and looking online, and it's just accumulated to this big old total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I like to see what all I have and what it's actually worth, because most of this stuff has just been on bookshelves for years and years collecting dust, and going through it now to make the videos, it's almost like Christmas, getting new toys I didn't even remember I had. And if you want to see the toys up close, you can also see them on our Facebook page, which is called the Toy Vault of Mississippi. So guys, until our next video, we will see you then.